Okay, so we all know that a lot of rifles out there today, they have the plastic or some kind of composite stock, and some of them are great. Some of them are little flimsy. You can twist them around, stuff like that. Some of them will work great for you, and they're pretty decent stocks. I like to use a wood stock myself, but with some of my rifles and a shotgun I have, I do keep the plastic or polymer stock, because it, like my shotgun for duck hunting and goose hunting, it takes a beating, and it's out there in the wet, cold, whatever, and it's great for that. So if you have a stock that you want to keep, I want to give you a quick tip on how you can really, stiffen the thing up and add some mass to it. This was from a Savage Axis, and I experimented with this one, but you can see when you look on the inside there, that little glossy finish that's caked up in there. And you can see that internal framework, that lattice structure. And the same with this one. This was a Thompson center compass, which is actually a pretty decent, pretty solid. But if you wanted to add some weight to it or stiffen it up, it has that same framework in there. What I do, I use this glaze coat. Now this is normally used on, say, if you go to the bar, bar tables or a bar top or something like that, and has that real thick glaze coating on it. Well, that's what this is. And when you look at it, you can see it comes in two bottles. It has the resin and the hardener, just like an epoxy, right? But the deal with this, it's very liquid. You mix it into a plastic cup, mix it up, and you can pour it. You can pour it into this little lattice structure in here, right? So you just pour it in. You don't have to fill it up. On some section of these, I just went as far up as I could without bleeding over that lattice structure. You might not want to fill it all the way because it does add some weight. With this one, I think it helped it, but it's quick and easy. You just pour it in and then let it hard. Set it up even, let it hard, and I guess it's overnight, but it also it puts out a lot of heat. It's pretty neat. It puts out a lot of heat when it's drying. And also with this stuff, when you look at the lattice structure in here, you can't see it on where I have it filled, but I roughen it up and I drill some holes through the lattice structure on the inside. So when you're pouring it, it's also bleeding through the hole, and it kind of wedges it in just to make double sure that it's not going to pop out, right? I've never seen it pop out, because once it's in there, it's in there. So also with this, you can see where I experimented on this, and I tried that spray foam, expanding foam. I didn't like it. It didn't do anything for me. I put it in there, and you can see where it was oozing out of here also. But it still sounds hollow even with the foam in there. It just didn't do anything for me. So on this stock, on this other one, you can take the butt pad off. This had a little hole up here. Wherever, if we take this off, you can pour this stuff, this glaze coat, into it, but just make sure you find all your little weep holes and everything that are in there, and pour it in. You don't have to fill the whole thing up, because that will add a lot of weight. It's just, you got to weigh this stuff out and make sure you get what you want. Maybe just halfway full, right? We'll add the weight and balance it out a little bit. But if you do the half full while it's drying or before it's totally hardened, I would rotate it around and get everything coated on the inside and then let it dry. So majority of it will be down here, but at least you have a coating that goes around the whole inside and it won't feel like a hollow stock. But that's it. When you look at this, this is what was left over from my little mixing cup when I was pouring it, and you can see when it hardens, it's just rock hard. I mean, that sucker is just on there. So I think it works pretty well. I'm going to modify this stock because I will probably keep it, and I'm going to fill the butt stock and do a little bit up here because it's actually already pretty sturdy. But if you're looking for a quick way to stiffen up that stock and quick and easy, that's a good way to do it.